Number 1. The smithing table conundrum. Alrighty, if I was to ask you to observe the texture of the smithing table, see how much iron, see the wrought and sturdy frame structure and iron surface of the top of this block, see the hammer and forge and anvil surface that seems to encapsulate this block, then why can I mine it better with an axe, and why is it so slow with a pickaxe? You're telling me this is wood. It just doesn't make sense. Number 2, the Baffling Boat. If I was to go ahead and craft a boat just like so, with some wooden planks and a wooden shovel in the center, we can see that the output uses one shovel or one oar, and yet when we place it down and use it, there are actually 2 oars. Where does the second oar come from? And furthermore, in Java Edition, where the crafting recipe looks something like this, where do either of the oars come from? And granted, Minecraft isn't a very logical game. I mean, we practically don't have block-based gravity here, but at the same time, where does it come from? Let's move on. Number 3, a fist full of furnaces. I've given myself a large haste boost so as to mine blocks a little bit faster, but obviously know if I break a cobblestone with my hand, it drops nothing. If I break smooth stone with my hand, it drops nothing. And if I break an iron block, it drops nothing. So it just might surprise you that a furnace made entirely out of cobblestone does leave a block behind. And a smithing furnace, what is it called, a blast furnace, made of even iron and smooth stone as I demonstrated, also drops itself. It started raining, and before the weather becomes too atrocious, you can even mine an enchanting table made of obsidian and diamonds, out of all things, with your hand. It's truly crazy, and that just disappeared into the void. Let's crack into it. Number 4, sophisticated slabs. If I was to ask you at this moment what would happen if I was to place a slab while sneaking on this button, you might tell me it would do something like this. Not very surprising in the slightest. But what doesn't make sense is that if I was to place this slab here on the button again, it does not go and prevent me from placing the block because the slab is already there. In actuality, it completes the full block. Unfortunately, we can't use this for multi-slab stacking, but at the same time, you can kind of use it for a slab to block converter. If I was to hold down, right click, we can clearly see that it's turning the slabs in my inventory to full blocks. Again, not very useful, but hey, if it's weird and doesn't make sense, it belongs in this compilation. Now, the veterans of Minecraft probably will realize what I've done to make this effect occur. And that is by placing the lava 1 block higher than the water, you can get an adjacent lava water touching, without obsidian, stone, cobble, etc. What you might not know is that something like this is a perfectly legitimate water source. No bugs, no exploits, etc. What I say doesn't make sense is that because it just doesn't look right. If I place subtle blocks like so, and then remove them, it doesn't affect the water at all. This isn't a bug or a glitch, it is not affected by updates, it just looks weird. I mean, why isn't it flowing around? And for our final little tidbit of things that don't make sense, is this. I mean, this right here. How does this make any sense here? Obviously, if I was to update the water, it would start flowing. What doesn't make sense is that if I was to remove a waterlogged slab from the water source, it doesn't update. How odd and peculiar is that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to do it for today's video. If you do enjoy, maybe even subscribe. I post lots of quirky, wacky, and interesting things about Minecraft on the Minecraft Emporium channel. Other than that, comment, maybe even like, and have a fantastic